Afternoon everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you all had a very happy Christmas. Just wanted to give you guys a update really, a review on how 2024's gone. My first year, well not even a year I suppose, 9 months on YouTube, and what to expect for 2025. So we're looking at the Honda first of all. This ever reliable as always, fantastic car. Just giving it a wash, and the Allegro as well. Just waiting for it to dry so I can polish it and then give the tyres a bit of a blacken up. As I've said, this is running really well. One thing I did notice on this though just now is this. There was something that twanged up and there was a bang the other day when I was driving, some sort of stone. There was nothing on the windscreen, so I think I just forgot all about it. And then when I was cleaning it just now, I've noticed it, so clearly something banged up from the road and hit that. So a little bit annoying, but could be worse. Could have been the windscreen. Missed a few little bits. See, the bonnet isn't pristine on this car, but I don't have pristine cars, as you guys know. I have tidy cars that look after as well as I can, but the odd scratch here and there won't do any harm, particularly if it's a daily runabout like this one. So the plans for this for 2025 is keep using it, but hopefully take the miles off it really, because it'll have done over 10,000 miles by the time the year's out, and it copes with it just fine, but it's a lot of miles for a little car, and it's obviously getting on a bit now. It's was early 2009 it was built, January I think, so it's going to be 16 years old next month. It's certainly done 72,000 miles, but when I bought it 2 years ago it was only on 50,000, so I'm hoping to reduce the miles on it next year, just to prolong it really, to keep it going. There's been no advisories on the MOT, it's only been tyres. It is going to need one of the rear tyres doing for the next MOT, which I will get sorted. The two front ones were replaced earlier this year, and then one of the back ones was replaced last year for its MOT last year because there was a nail in it. But yeah, hopefully just keep motoring in this, keep it going, keep it used as the daily, but hopefully take the strain off it a little bit. Then the good old Allegro, as you can see, it's in pole position. I've been using it last couple of days. I've been sheltering it under the cover because it was a bit wet, as you guys know, but then there's been a bit of a lull in the rain last few days, so I thought get it out before the rain starts again next week. Give it a nice run. I've given it a clean as well, just like I've said. Come up really nicely. We'll polish it later on. Running fantastically as it always is. The only thing is there's a bit of squeaking from the alternator belt, but only on a damp day, and only when it's warming up really, and only in first or second when you start to get high at the rev range. Then when you change gear it goes away. So I need to work out what the best spray to use on that, because apparently there's this special spray you can put on alternator belts to stop them squeaking. I can't quite remember what it is or what the best one is, but I'll seek advice on that, because I don't think it needs a new alternator belt because it's not squeaking all the time. I do have a spare one in case we need that. I'll give you a walk around the car while it's as clean as it is. As I say, if you're going to use a classic all year round, which I do with this, as you guys know, and plan to keep doing, you have to make sure that you keep it clean. You know, get rid of any dirt that comes up. Not all the time, obviously, but as soon as you can, just so it doesn't set off any corrosion. As you guys know, a lot of welding was done on this before I acquired it. So all the main Allegro points that rot have been welded up, but it's important to keep an eye on those, as I've told you. So plans for 2025 for this car, again, just like the Honda, keep using it, hopefully get even more miles on it. But there are some few things I've got planned for this car. I do need to sort out that paint imperfection. That was my fault when I was doing some paint on it earlier this year. So I will sort that out, just rub it back and paint again, just a bit of runoff. I'm going to take it in April to Allegro Man to have a few things done to it. The MOT is due then, so it makes sense to do that. The bonnet, if I zoom in a bit, you can see the bonnet isn't perfect. From a distance it looks okay, but you can see there's, you know, a few blemishes on it. It's cosmetically the least tidy bit of the car, so I'm going to have that sorted as well. Get that repainted. The underside of the bonnet, I'm going to paint that myself because I can do that no problem. I've got enough paint and stuff like that. There's also the doors. You can't see it here, but the rear driver's door and the front passenger door, I've shown you before in the previous video that they need welding on the inside doing, so that's going to be another job to do. And this door here, as you can see, there's a few paint imperfections on it, so I'm thinking I might as well get that done when it's at Allegro Man's as well. There's a few other things that could be done. I mean, the roof's got a few imperfections on it, but there's no rust on it, so to be honest, that can wait. I might take these off, these vents, just unscrew them and give that a paint, because there's a few blemishes there that I can do myself. This one, same here, bit there, a little bit of rust there, which I could just sand out and deal with. Bit of rust there on the arch, which I think I can do myself too. But it's running really well, really well indeed. I'm absolutely loving this car, as you guys know. It's such a fantastic regularly used car. It's reliable, it's charming. People always have a look at it and speak to me. I went to fill it up with petrol the other day at the petrol station. This guy came up to me and just shared some memories that his dad had when this man was a boy, and his dad had an Allegro the same colour as this. So it's great, the memories that this evokes in people. But yeah, should be able to keep on top of this, no problem at all, subject to any problems coming up. But I've got no reason to believe why there would be, because it just runs really well. I check it regularly. It's just cosmetically and the odd little tweak here and there, as I mentioned with the alternator belt, just to keep it running well. I did say in the last video, or one of the last videos, that I was thinking about getting a new temperature sensor for it, but having driven it around a few times now, it's reading just over half on the gauge, and I think that's pretty much where it should be. So I've decided I'm not going to bother getting a new sensor. I think it's fine as it is, so I'm not going to do that. You'll also see here an Allegro grille. The eagle-eyed of you might have spotted that this Allegro is 1100, but it has a 1300 grille fitted to it. Now, it's a really nice looking grille, I like it, but you know me, I like things original. So this came with the car. Allegro Man had a spare one lying around and he included it with the car. So I'm going to gradually get this tidied up and restored. As you can see, someone in the past has painted over these strips here, these chrome strips, all these here. These all should be chrome, but someone's painted them. These bits here should be black, so they're correct, but the whole thing's been painted. So what I've been doing is I've been getting a small 2p coin and just gradually getting rid of the paint off here, and it's working quite well. I've already given this a rub down with some sandpaper, emery paper I think it was, but for Christmas I've got some wire brush attachments as a present. My mum's got this drill which I'll borrow, and she's bought me some wire brush attachments that I can use on it. So this will help get rid of the rust on here and give me a nice smooth surface to paint it. I'm not going to use it on the chrome because I might damage it, but certainly the metal is going to be used on there. There's a few dents I've got to get rid of. As you can see, it's obviously had a bit of a twist at one stage. There's a bit of a couple of them there. There's a bit just there. There's a bit round the back. Where is it? Can you see that? Yeah, there we go. A few things there to do. It's pretty good condition, and it shouldn't take too much. It's had probably a bit of a shunt at one point, only minor, but I can just knock that out and it should be good. And at the end of the day, if I don't like it, I'll just put the old grille back on again. But I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to get rid of the old shiny grille because I do quite like it. But I'll put this on, see how it looks, and then I said if I don't like it, I'll just swap them back over again. But potentially the most exciting development of 2025 is going to be here. As you can see, I have one more space on my driveway. My boundary technically goes up to the road just over there. I'm not going to be annoying to my neighbours and have a car that stretches all the way out over there, but I can fit one just here. I've got the two cars here bunched up together, and if I stand back a bit, you'll see that there is quite a lot of room left. So my plan is that here, I'm going to make another purchase in February. These two are going to be staying. I love these too much, as I've said many times. But in this gap here, we're going to see another British car coming in February. Some people who might know me, or do know me I should say, might have an idea about what it's going to be. I've not decided officially what it's going to be. I've got a few ideas in mind. I've more or less decided on what brand it's going to be and what sort of era it's going to be. I'm not going to tell you what it is actually. I'm going to keep you guessing my choices, and it could be that maybe I change my mind when it comes to when I buy it, 'cause it's going to be February I'm going to buy it, mid-February when I'm off work for a week, because that's when the next half term is going to be. I just want to get a few more paychecks in first. I'm selling a few things on eBay at the moment. I've got some model locomotives for sale because I'm thinning down on the collection of those because I don't use them very much. And they're all very good condition still, so I thought it makes sense just to sell them and get some money, and I've been doing quite well with those. And I got a nice big refund from Severn Trent the other day as well, for water. I was expecting, oh, just 20 quid or whatever, but I won't give you the exact figure, but I was quite pleasantly surprised when they told me how much credit I'd built up, and they're going to refund that over the next few days as well. So that's been a nice handsome boost. So in terms of any clues on the car, it's going to be British, definitely, and it's basically going to be, if I stick to my promise about what it's going to be, or my promise to myself I should say, it's going to essentially be in between the Allegro and the Honda in terms of era and in terms of usability. It's going to be something retro, as I've talked about, something that can do probably longer drives than the Allegro. The Allegro is great, as I've told you many times, but on a long journey, obviously it's not very powerful. It does get a bit noisy. So something that's going to be a bit more refined, still something quite easy to look after is my plan, but something that's a bit better at swallowing up some miles, and something that will also help take a lot of miles off the Honda. And the Allegro is going to get quite a bit of use. That's my plan. That should get a couple of thousand miles off the Honda. 3,000 I'm hoping to do in this before the year's out. I've done nearly 1,000 in it already since I got it in August. But yeah, keep an eye out for that new purchase mid-February. But I'm not going to give you any clues at the moment. Some people that know me, as I said, might have an idea, but I'm going to try and keep people guessing for a little bit. But I'm not going to confirm yes or no if you get it right, because as I said, even I've not decided what model the car's going to be yet. I've decided on brand pretty much, but I've not decided on model. So you can ask away all you like, but you ain't going to get anything from me. So that's it for this video, just a quick update really. I thought get the camera out while it's nice and sunny. So really wish you a happy new year. Really thanks for all the support as well that you've been giving me. When I'm filming this video, I'm on 280 subscribers, and it was about 180 just over a week ago. So how quickly that's increased, I'm absolutely staggered. I know that doesn't sound like very much for the big people on YouTube, but the channel's growing really well, and I'm really hoping that that continues. My goal, as I've said, is to reach 1,000 subscribers. Potentially going to take a while, but if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, then please do so. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for all the lovely comments on the videos that people give, and all the likes as well. Have a wonderful new year. Sorry for the abrupt ending there, guys. I just realised that one more thing I could talk about is the fact that it's been probably the biggest year in my life, really, 2024, because I'm sitting in my living room now, and I moved house last year, as some guys who know me will know. Been a really, really big occasion, and it's been fantastic, and it's been nearly a year. On January the 14th, it'll be 12 months since I moved into this place, and I'm really, really happy with it. It's also meant that I've been able to fully explore my car hobby. It's given me space to keep things. Selling the Spitfire was another big event of 2024. I don't regret doing that. I enjoyed having it, and you can see at the top right just there the picture of it. I did love that car, but if you ask me, would I get it back and sell the Allegro? No. The Allegro, for me, I prefer it as a car. It's more usable. Even though the Spitfire's got a more accessible engine bay with the front folding bonnet, it's actually not as easy to work on as the Allegro, I found, because the Spitfire's a more compact car, and it's got twin carbs, and that, again, sounds pretty easy for most people, but as you know, I'm still learning, and the single setup, carb setup on the Allegro is just much easier. So that's it, really. Been a really big year, and it's been a fantastic one for me personally. Stay positive, everybody as well. I know that some people on YouTube have been talking about mental health. I talk about that quite a bit sometimes. I'm feeling really blessed, to be honest, because mental health has been a bit of a struggle for me in the past, but it's been good this year. I'm feeling really good at the moment. Yes, you have your bad days, obviously, but you know, the car hobby is what's really been helping me, and, you know, family and friends and you guys and all that, all the lovely comments. It really helps. So really, really great occasions this year, and it's been fantastic sharing it with you guys as well, and hopefully we're going to have many more events in 2025. So like, comment, subscribe. Thanks very much for watching, and all the best for the new year. Take care.